What's up, players? It's Woboss Tamp in this mood. Today we're going to be unboxing and building up an Ogre Kingdom's Mournfang Cavalry. So, there are 3 frames in the box, plus you get 2 chariot bases. So let's take a look at what's on the frames, shall we? Here on one frame, you've got the heads. Looks like there are 3 pairs of heads and an extra Mournfang head. Interesting. The bellower's horn. This is awesome in case you don't want a bellower with your unit. You can give this to one of your other ogres, I think. Yeah, the hands, the arm looks like the same. Got the legs, the hoofs. This looks all like the saddle pieces. Pieces for the saddle, tusks. Little, it looks like a snack for later. Hook onto the ogre's belt and have a little snack for later. Lots of extra bits, which I love. I love extra bits. As a collector, the more bits, the better. You also get an ogre head here for one of the riders if you want. Sprue number 2. So even though you get 3 ogre Mournfang heads, you only get 2 bodies. This is what they look like. There's the first one. There's the second one, reminiscent of the Rhinox that they use for the Iron Blaster, with the branding, bits of skin that have been torn through the hide for if you want to brand your models. Some more looks like saddle pieces for the saddle. The 2-handed weapons, great bits to have. Hopefully they will fit onto an Iron Guts guy. Which would be awesome. You get a little something different for your Iron Guts. If not, then oh well. More hoofs, more legs, more bits. This looks like the top of a banner, which looks really cool, like a dragon skull. That looks pretty awesome. And finally, the 3rd frame has all the ogre stuff. So let's turn it this way. Ogre heads here, spikes, pistol, the bodies here, hand weapons, clubs. Here's a hand holding a pistol. That might be cool if you don't want to use the pistol for this guy. You might be able to take it for a man-eater conversion if you want. Banner. I forgot what those things are called. Iron fists? The gauntlets that the ogres use. I think that's how I'm going to build my guys, with the 1-hand weapon and the iron fist. I hear that has a lot of goodness to it. Extra killy power. Legs, trousers. I like how they made the trousers. They kind of resculpted the ogre legs so that they don't look like the trousers of a regular bull or Iron Gut. They've got rips and tears and they look much more detailed. The basic body of the ogre though, the torso, kind of looks the same as all the other ones. Got the hole for the gut plate, and that big beefy mass for the torso. Speaking of beef, that looks delicious. Alright, let's take a look at the directions. I think for this I'm going to be building, I hear Mournfang with the dragon hide banner, and regular hand weapons is really good. So I've got 2 boxes of these. I'm going to build one up with the dragon hide banner holding the banner, and I'm going to build the other one up just as if it's... Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to build a champion. I don't know, all you Ogre Kingdoms players out there who are watching are probably all like beating yourselves over the head like, no, what is he doing? You shouldn't build that. You should build this. 2-handed weapons. Build the bellower. Blah blah blah. The instructions look really great. I love how they've got these little things you should always read, and make sure you read it. Don't just look at the pictures like I do, or else you'll glue things on where they're not supposed to go, or glue things in the wrong order. They look really well organized and well described, and yeah, it shows you the options for the arms, for the weapons, for the bits. So they might be confusing if this is your first major model for all of you younger hobbyists out there, or hobbyists who are just getting into this thing we call Warhammer, but just make sure you absorb it, take it all in, and yeah, you should be fine. So I am going to go off and build my Mournfang Cavalry, and like I said, I've got 2 boxes, so I'm going to build all 4 of the models. You only get 2 each box, and when I get back I'll show you what I've put together. Okay, we are back. I built up 2 versions because I have 4 models, like I said. So let's take a look at the first version where I use all the extra bits to customize the look of my Mournfang. Here's my first little kitty. I put on one of the traps that come on the sprue. Also this roast beef, put on the hooks. The great thing is that there are hooks on the back of the model that you can hang all these extra bits from. So here's this little bag, and I think that's all I have on him. And the model that I made for that is this musician, which also has the, if you want to do the heavy armor, there's also some great bits. I think they're supposed to go on the left shoulder, but I decided to put this one on the right to differentiate, make him different from the rest of the unit. Great armored heads, and here's the horn. So this is what this guy looks like. Very cool. And here is the banner, the standard bearer. I decided to give him the champion's arm since I'm not going to use a champion. Just notice that this is an awesome Bretonnian breastplate with the arms that got looted and then just bent into shape to be a gauntlet. And here's the awesome looking choppa sword. And you also can glue these blades to the heads, kind of like ramming horns like a rhino. So that's really cool too. And I decided to give him the shoulder armor on the side, and here's the banner that we're going to use. So very cool, dragon skull goes in the front, and then the banner right here in the back. For this Mournfang, it's got the little leg of whatever creature this is. I was going to say it's some kind of bird creature, but it's got like weird looking talons on it. Also got a little knife glued to the back. We just put it on the hook and then glue it. And this is what the Mournfang looks like. Okay, so for the guys without all the extra bits, like the armor and such, here, let's take a look at the first model. This is a regular guy. I'm probably going to put the armor on after all because I want to give him the extra protection. So here he is. Here's his iron fist. Very cool. Looks really nice. Looks like a gut plate that got all broken and beaten up and then repaired hastily with some bits. And I think this is the champion's arm because it has these awesome looking scars running down the back of the right arm. But instead of holding the pistol, I decided to give him the club instead. That's him. We don't have to see the Mournfangs because the Mournfangs are pretty much built the same. And here's the other guy. I decided to give him a spiky horn. Put on his helmet. And he's got his iron fist right here. So there's that guy. Really awesome. Now let's take a look at the sprues. If you don't use the extra bits and if you just build up 2 cavalry guys, then I'll show you what it looks like. You get your dragon banner top, extra bag here, 2-handed weapons. Of course, if you decide to arm your guys with 2-handed weapons, then you get the hand weapon and iron fist extra. Knife, skulls. There are extra heads that come with the Mournfang, as we saw earlier. So I ended up with 2 extra because there are 3 heads that come with each kit but 2 bodies. So you end up with 1 or 2 depending on how much you buy. Here's a little chicken leg. You also end up with extra legs for some reason. There's like 1 extra leg and foot that you end up with. Bellower horn, if you decide not to use one, or you already have one and you want to use a group of 4, you can put this on another ogre on foot. It's another extra foot. Here's the trap. It comes on the chain. And the Bellower's head. And I call it the Bellower's head because he's got his cheeks puffed out as if he's blowing into the horn, which is pretty cool. Okay, frame number 2, or number 3, rather. Champion's arm if you don't use it. The prime rib. You get a gut plate. Champion's hand holding the pistol. Champion's face. Shoulder armor. Extra pistol. Helmeted heads with the spiky horns up here for gluing onto the heads. And what's on this side? One more piece of shoulder armor, a gut plate, and the banner. So, what do I give? My final grade for these guys is they are, for the sculpt, because it's a new sculpt, it came out with the new Ogre Kingdoms, the sculpt I give an A+. The detail in the backs of the saddles, all the extra bits that come on sprue, the mold, the way that it makes the giant cats look like they're walking or running, their faces, their expressions, all of it has obviously been taken, much care has been taken into account for all of them, and the way they all work and fit together very cohesively make them very, very nice. So detail-wise, I give the sculpts an A+. Just really, really nice. From any angle you turn in, you're gonna get a great looking sculpt. Especially when you put them and compare them to, you know, the older sculpts of like the man-eaters and like the Imperial man-eater I just unboxed. Like these models, you can really tell they're much newer, much crisper. The detail, like I said, just amazing. For the extra bits you get on the sprue, if you decide not to bling out your Mournfang and you'd rather save all those extra bits to put as decoration on other things like your stone horn, or like your just to pimp out your bulls or your iron guts or your man-eaters, the amount of extra bits you get is fantastic, and you end up with extra weapons, extra banners, you know, all the extra bits that you don't use. For the amount that comes on the blister, I give it an A+ too. Extra bits, great. Decoration, what have you, it's all great. So A+ for extra bits. Now the price though, price-wise, for what you get in the box, you get two models, and you compare that to the Demigryph Knights where you get 3 for comparably around the same amount of money. It's kind of hard to justify, because you know you want at least a unit of 3, and or maybe 2 units of 3, or one big bulky unit of 6. That's already going to be running you, you know, over $100 depending on where you are. So as nice as they are, like the price really shows it, and you really have to pay for it in the end with the amount of money you're going to have to shell out at your hobby shop just to get them. So if you can, get them on a trade, get them from a friend, get them from, you know, from eBay, because once the prices start skyrocketing again, I'm not sure how much these are going to go up in June 2012 as of the filming of this. Once the prices go up, oh, it's going to be so hard. You're probably going to find that it'll be a lot easier to get these guys on barter or trade or from a friend than having to, you know, go get these from the store, unless you know, unless you really, really want it in your army, or you're really lucky enough to have a really good paying job, or be well off, or have parents that really love you and want to support your hobby playing with little plastic monster men. So, thanks for watching. This has been an unboxing review of the Mournfang Cavalry for the Ogre Kingdoms for Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Great unit. I don't see them in every online army list for the Ogre Kingdoms, but they do feature prominently in a lot of them, especially when you run them with the standard bearer holding the dragon hide banner, and they can be a great hard-hitting unit, very difficult to deal with. Competitively, in most competitive lists, I see these guys, not in all of them, but they are a great mobile punching unit to bring the fight to the enemy. And I know when I plan on painting them, I'm probably going to paint these cats up to look like my cats. So that might be a fun little endeavor, rather than doing the normal browns You know how Maki is like a black and white tuxedo cat? I might decide to do that. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little unboxing, especially all my Ogre Kingdoms viewers out there and subscribers. And stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next one.